This video is brought to you by chaoscards.co.uk.
Okay, YouTubers, what's going on? It's Tommy at the Julius Network here, and today we've got a deck profile for you. Deck profile of the Monarchs. I've had a few people ask on various pages, etc., of how do you play the Monarch deck? What do you have in the Monarch deck? And a lot of complaints of it bricking quite often. For those of you who don't know, bricking is where you basically get a hand where you can do nothing with it. Well, that's true. Monarchs do that, unfortunately. That's just the way the deck works. However, if you do build it properly, then you can reduce that chance of bricking by a pretty substantial amount. So, all I'm going to go through today is my deck profile when I made the Monarch deck. I used this at a local tournament. I think there was 18 people, and it came first. Minus the Frost Blast of the Monarchs, which is a new spell card, which come out in Premium and Gold free. I changed that. I did have an effect failure. I did run two, but I've now changed it to one for that. So that's the only difference in the deck. So let's quickly whiz through this deck profile. So first of all, obviously we've got Adia the Heavenly Squire. You want to run three of her. She is pretty much your main search engine when it comes to getting that tribute fodder out. Obviously, you normal summon her, and she then specials the Ados, which then gives you another tribute summon, thus getting your big beaters out straight away, getting those spells to the graveyard from the deck, and so on. So yeah, we run three Adia. Next, three Aedos. A lot of people say that they think three's too much. I massively disagree. Reasons such as if you've got Domain of the Monarchs on the field, you've got a big beater in your hand, and just this guy, you can normal summon him, reveal your big beater with Domain's effect, reduce its level to 6, and then tribute summon him straight away just off this one card. He also has another brilliant effect where when he's in the graveyard, you can banish him and then special summon a monster with 800 attack, 1000 defense from your graveyard to the field. Obviously, use that effect with her, special summon her. Her effect also goes off when she's special summoned. So, effect, banish, special, her effect, another. Then you've got two out again straight away, and you've still got another normal summon. Also, I forgot to mention, sorry, Adia's effect. When she's sent to the graveyard, she can return one of your banished Monarch spell or traps. So, again, that's really useful in this deck. Next up then, Arubus, the Underworld Squire, one of your big beaters. This guy, he basically sends two cards, Monarch spell or traps from your deck to the graveyard, and then lets you return a monster on the field to your player's deck, or one card at random from the hand to the deck. So again, he's good for getting over big beaters and stuff. He can also be added back to your hand if you discard a Monarch spell or trap card. If you discard a Monarch spell or trap, you can add a monster with 2,400 or more attack and 1,000 defense. So either this guy and or the rest of the big Monarchs or the biggish ones. So again, we run three of him. Next up then, we have Aoife, the Heavenly Monarch. Again, we run three of her. Reason being, the thing with these big guys is, yeah, they can't be normal summoned and you need to tribute for them. However, you've got so many cards in the Monarch deck, which I'll come on to later, which you need these big people in your hand to activate. Again, she sends two Monarch Speller Traps from the deck to the graveyard, thus setting off effects again from the graveyard. And however, when she's summoned as well, she also special summons another one of your big beaters with 2,400 or more attack and 1,000 defense from your deck, but it then returns to your hand during the end phase. So again, it's good for OTKs, getting out straight away. 2/8 monsters, that's 5/6 damage straight off the bat, so that's good. So that's why I run three. Next up, Majesty's Fiend. A lot of people side this along with Vanity's Fiend for the mirror matchups and so on. However, I think it's a brilliant card to run in your deck at all time. I run two in this deck. Reason being is you can pretty much lock down the field so that every monster becomes a normal monster with no effects. You've got things like Domain, so your opponent can't access their extra deck, so that cuts off the extra deck. You've got Majesties that stops the effect. You've got March that stops cards being destroyed or targeted by effects. That's any effects as well, card effects, monster effects, whatever. So you pretty much lock it down, which is brilliant and can really win you the game. So we run 2. Now coming on to our singles then for the monsters. 1 effect failure. Was it 2? Took it down to 1 for the new Frost Blaster, the Monarchs. Reason being, if you pull this on your first turn, or even if you did get the second, let's say, it's just going to increase your chances of bricking because it's not a Monarch. And a lot of cards, all cards in this deck near enough, rely on the cards in your hand being Monarchs for everything to go off. But if you do get it, someone activates an effect like, I don't know, let's say Castel the Sky Blaster, for example, and he goes to return one of your big dudes, you can just effect fail it, stop it, and then sort out that Castel the next turn. So we run 1 of them. Also, just a quick one as well, I forgot to mention, these big cards, so your Erebus and your Aether, they can also be tribute summoned by tributing 1 tributed monster. So again, that makes it really easy to get them out, recycle through their effects, get more stuff into your graveyard with the spells and etc., allowing more stuff to go off. Next up then, we're in 1 Land Road, the Rock Vassal. He's good in mirror matches. I'd definitely run 2 if he was in a mirror, but if not, he's brilliant at 1. Reason being, you target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, and to special summon it, you just flip it face down to defense position. Then you've got, again, Tribute Fodder out there straight away, really easy to get out. He also has an effect where when he's used for a tribute summon, you can target 1 monster with 800 attack and 1,000 defense in your graveyard and add it to your hand. So again, getting your Adias back, your Eidoses back and recycling through. So he's at 1. Next then, Belinith the Firestorm Vassal. So this card's good because all you have to do to special summon it is discard 1 card. And again, it's an easy way of getting Monarch spell and traps into the graveyard. Also, when it's used for a tribute summon, you can look at your opponent's hand and banish 1 card to the end turn. Not effective because they get it back at the end of the turn. However, you get to see what's in the hand so you can preempt what they're going to do. So we run 1. Thessalos, the Mega Monarch. And the reason I've got this guy, to be brutally honest, is because I haven't got Caius and Mega Monarch. However, he does work. You get to look at your opponent's hand, discard a monster, see what's in there again, and then they lose 200 life points per level. Also, if you tribute a fire monster for it, you get to inflict 1,000 damage as bonus. Rise of the Mega Monarch, again, it's just taking up space for the other Mega Monarchs that I'd like to run that I haven't got. His effect isn't that good, but again, he's just another 2-8 beer. I'm not going to go through his effects because they're not that good, to be honest. 1 Maxi, again, if you draw that on your first turn, and you're against, say, for example, Mermails, and they start doing the thing, getting everything on the field, everything starts going mad. It's like Bonfire Night, fireworks going off, there's monsters here, there, left, right and centre being special summoned. Then it's just that draw power, getting all those cards to line up your best combo. So we run 1. Next then, onto the spells. So Payphism of the Monarchs, one of the main cards in this deck. For that reason, we run 3. Payphism allows us to send one Monarch spell or trap card from our hand to the graveyard to draw 2 cards. You can do that effect as many times as you want per turn. It also has a second effect, however, you can banish it from your graveyard and then reveal 3 Monarch spell or traps from your deck to your opponent. He then selects 1 and you add it to your hand. So again, brilliant. Next up, the Monarch Stormforth. Brilliant card. It's non-targeting. We run 3 of these. Reason being, it's non-targeting. It allows you to tribute 1 of your opponent's monsters, and it's also a quick play, so you can set it onto on your field with people like Aether, the big white dude. She can also be tribute summoned on your opponent's turn, so you can affect that. Activate, non-targeting, effect of Aether, special, get another 2-8 beat out, and just building that big wall again for your opponent to stop him from getting past. Next then, Tenacity of the Monarchs. Again, 3 of this. Brilliant card. Reveal 1 monster in your hand with 2/4 attack and 1,000 defense, or 2/8 attack and 1,000 defense, and add 1 Monarch spell or trap card from your deck to your hand. You can use it once per turn. However, it's good. This is why I was saying we need those big beaters in our hands. to use cards like this to get more cards or the cards that we need from our deck to our hand. So we run 3. Swiftly moving on then, push for time here. Domain of the True Monarchs, field spell, cuts off the extra deck, allows you to reveal one of your big beaters, reduce its level by 2, therefore only needed 1 tribute fodder for it. Also, your tributed monsters, they gain 800 attack during damage calculation only on your turn. So again, it's good for getting over bigger cards. So we run 3. Down to our ones then. So we've got March of the Monarchs. Tribute summon monsters you control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck. One thing about this deck, you don't run an extra deck because you can't get into it because of all these cards, and you don't need it, to be honest. So again, brilliant for just blocking off your opponent's monsters' effects and stuff, keeping your cards safe, keeping them a bit invincible. Next up, Return of the Monarchs. So this guy then, when you tribute summon a monster, you can then search your deck, add one of your big beaters from your deck to your hand. So self-explanatory, it's really good. Run 1 rotor, reason being, Adir, the little white dude, she's a level 1 warrior, so we get her to our hand. It's just more chance to get Adir from the deck to the hand. Frostblast of the Monarch. So this is a new card that came out in Premium Gold 3. It's not the best, however, it is quite good and can help you out quite a bit. So if you control a monster with 2,400 or more attack and 1,000 defense, all the big guys, or Majesty's Fiend, target 1 set card in the field and destroy it. So that can be a set magic spell or trap, or a set monster. In addition to that, you can banish this card and 1 Monarch spell or trap card from your graveyard, then target 1 set card in the field and destroy it. Again, so it's got a double effect, so you can use it, discard it, get it in the graveyard, use it from there, or use it on the field. Next then, 1 for 1, again for Adir, just getting her from the deck, special summoning her, getting her onto the field, getting the ADOS out, getting out your big dudes. Then for the traps, we have 3 traps in this deck, one of them being Solemn Scolding. If you can get hold of Solemn Strike, or something that doesn't require you to pay 3,000 life points, so Solemn Strike is 1,500 for example, get that instead, but this is because I'm too tight to fork out for £40 for Solemn Strike, so I'll stick with the Scolding. It basically negates anything that your opponent's going to do for 3,000 life points, so it's good for just stopping him dead in the tracks. Next then, we run through Prime of the Monarchs. This is the card you want in your graveyard, because when this is in your graveyard, you can banish one of your Monarch spell or traps from your graveyard and then special summon it in defense mode. It's 1,000 attack, 2/4 defense. It's classed as a monster when it's on the field, so it can't be targeted by Twin Twisters or MST or anything like that. And you can use it once per turn, but it's reusable. So your turn, your opponent's turn, either turn, and just keep bringing it back out, banishing, bringing it back out, building that wall up. Great tribute fodder, easy to get out. Also, secondary effect, if you start to run low on cards in this deck, which you will do, because it does get through them quite quickly, you can set this off for its secondary effect when it's on the field as a continuous trap, and once per turn, you can target 2 Monarch spell trap cards in your graveyard and shuffle them into the deck, then draw a card. So it's good for recycling, keeping cards in your deck. So yeah, I hope this video helps you guys. Again, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed everything you saw. Hope you find it helpful. Let us know if you build this deck and it doesn't work for you, and we'll see if we can get around it. So until next time, guys, cheers.